Okay, we are back in Legend of Heroes, Trails and Reverie, and we're going to do one lap around talking to people since it's the post-game. I'll figure we'll get their final thoughts, and then off to the corridor we go. I had the chance to chat with Garcia after that whole mess was over. It was fun hearing some stories about the boss when he was younger. He said he was going back to serving out his sentence once the investigation is over, but I hope we get another chance to talk.
How's it going?
Ark and Seal reached out to me asking if we'd be interested in performing for a show celebrating Crossbell's independence. Who would say no to that? I let Ron, Morris, and Klinka know so we can move around our schedule and make it happen. Can't wait to see what kind of show it'll be. I've heard Elia can be a perfectionist when it comes to staging a performance. Just try not to forget about your old classmates on your way to international stardom.
How are you?
It's been quite some time since things were so tranquil. Now that my instructor is fine, Crossbell's problems were resolved. Most of my previous worries have evaporated. Took a lot of work, but things are better for it. I'm glad I could be a part of that effort together with everyone else. Thanks, Eltina. That means a lot to hear. I appreciate you always being there looking after me this whole time. You're very welcome, instructor. After all, you and I are partners. That's what partners do for one another.
How are you doing?
Things are finally settled in Crossbell, at least for now. What a strange feeling to think that Apps and I infiltrated the city just 5 years ago. It feels like a lifetime. And here I am, as happy for its future as someone who was born there.
Hello there.
I've been working with the Guardian Force to restore the city ever since we put the crisis behind us. It's impressive how proactive the citizens were. It didn't take long before everything was back to normal. Reminding me I'm blessed to be surrounded by so many caring and determined people. This is what I've always been fighting for. That's why I always love my home and be proud to call myself a Crossbellan.
Hey, making the rounds?
Muriel finally got discharged from the hospital and is back to work with the CGF. Did I mention she made full recovery too? Things couldn't have turned out better. Thank the goddess for that, seriously. Hell, Crossbell's even independent for real this time. Things are really looking up, so no reason to slack off in here. Yeah, I guess I gotta leave my combat tactics, kiddos, and Uni in you two's capable hands. Eh, Reen and Toei? Look after him. You don't need to ask, we'll do everything we can for him.
It's getting lively in here, isn't it?
So Elysium, the singularity brought about as the final chaos for the Great Twilight, is no more. It's simply gone. Well, that closes the book on one pressing matter. Now I can shift my focus back to my duties as an Anguisse. Great. Talk like that can only bode well. If we ever end up confronting one another again, Vita, I promise that I'll face you with all that I am. And it won't be as any old witch. You'll be as a witch our grandmother, my mother, and you can be proud of. Big words, Emma, but I can't wait to see what you'll bring to the table when that time comes. The spirit vein disturbance that had spread throughout the continent is completely settled now. In some ways it feels that the job entrusted to the Hexen clan since ancient times has finally come to an end. But it may just be the beginning of a new era for us witches to live. There's much for me, grandmother, and Celine to consider. There's no rush. We have all the time in the world to mull this stuff over. That's right, thanks, Celine.
Hiya.
My duty as a witch may be over in a sense, but that hardly means I'll quit being one. My next task is to figure out what it means to be a witch in this new day and age. It's something I'll have to give ample consideration.
What? What is it?
Never expected we'd get to reunite with the Divine Knights the way we did. You'd think it'd be impossible. No amount of magic could have ever pulled off a miracle that crazy. But sometimes fate and the bonds we share have a way of defying logic. You kids are just full of surprises, aren't you? Look who's talking, Celine. You're nothing short of a miracle yourself, you know? Give it a rest already.
Yes? All good?
I feel quite emotional thinking about how we've reached the dawn of a brand new era. A new era not only for Erebonia, but also for warriors and martial artists across the continent. As Reverie undergoes profound change, what purpose shall our swords serve from here on? Maybe it'll be something to mull over now that we have this additional experience behind us. Maybe so. We may be masters of our own crafts, but I guess we both still have a lot to learn, don't we, Laura? That we do, Reen, that we do. How fascinating to see so many people begin down new paths in life, Lord Rufus included. Perhaps it's a good opportunity to face my own personal issues. The Great Twilight and Crossbell's crisis have come to an end. Then for what purpose do I wield my sword in an era of newfound peace? This is an answer you'll have to find as well now that you're a divine blade, Schwarzer. I know. I never would have reached that title if not for everyone around me. Fortunately for me, I know there's still so much more for me to learn, even simply as an instructor at the branch campus. Fair enough, I see nothing wrong with you continuing to work and grow alongside the students of Class 7.
Whatever your worries, let them rest.
The emergence of another Reen was certainly a grave and solemn matter. Nevertheless, what matters most is that you overcame those trials together with the others and seized the present. Every experience in life can be used to help us grow. That is what it means to live in the here and now. It is our duty. You're absolutely right, sir. I promise I'll do my best to uphold that as I move forward. Tensions between Erebonia and Crossbell should have cooled off for the time being. It's strange to think I have had a connection with the two through the Phantasmal Blaze plan. Maybe it was fate that I was here to help. I hope I was able to carry my lord's will. You're right, I'm sure Leanne would have been happy. As if you know Schwarzer, but I hope you're right. Okay, we've got everyone down here. Off camera, I did boost the tree to its final level. That's necessary if you want to optimize your ore farming.
Good day to you.
So Crossbell's independent once again, a most joyous turn of events to be certain. With Professor Novartis fully out of the picture, I don't expect the Society to meddle in matters any further. The Chairman is also willing to cooperate wherever needed to properly address anything that arises after the fact. As a humble maid to the Rhineford Company, I shall also lend my full support to the very end for as long as I'm needed.
How you doing?
Let me tell you, the Guild has been busy like you wouldn't believe ever since Crossbell officially regained its independence. When's the one back to Crossbell too? It's probably going to take a while for the Erebonian branches to get fully reorganized. Not that I can complain. I'll take a hectic workload over not having our branches open at all any day of the week, that's for sure. We just need to keep putting one foot in front of the other until this is all over. It'll make the beer taste that much better once we unwind.
I'm happy you said hello.
You guys worked so hard back there. Who knows how things would have gone if we weren't all together like this. Especially when it came to rescuing Rufus at the very end. Everything will work out in the end, I'm sure of it. There's nothing this team can't handle when it works together. You can count on me pulling my weight more than ever. I'm practically a full-fledged member of the Triple S now. I feel as though I've truly fulfilled my role as the Holy Beast meant to watch over Crossbell, especially now that I've seen it finally find peace. I considered vanishing without a word, but with my old covenant long gone, I don't necessarily have to. Remaining here with Lloyd and Kia as a police dog sounds just fine. We're glad to have you back, Zite.
From the looks of things.
You can't put a price on the independence Crossbell has finally regained. What Ian and I attempted before simply pales in comparison, and I know we succeeded because all involved confronted the task at hand with the utmost sincerity. I'm sure Saya and Guy would be so happy were they still with us. It's almost time to head out. We didn't spend that much time here, all things considered, but it felt like a lifetime. Honestly, I never could have imagined us getting wrapped up in something like this. Regardless, I'm glad we chose to stay with C until the very end. I think we gained something even more valuable than our reward. Really? Speak for yourself, because I still want to get paid. Way to go and ruin the moment.
Well, this is a lot, huh?
I usually prefer to keep things with others strictly business, but all told, this has been a good experience. It's still possible the organization could send someone after me and Nadia. Until we can find somewhere truly safe, I can't afford not to keep my guard up.
I got a question for you.
That whole run-in was a real shocker. It's been a while since we ran from the organization and all. Still, it's kinda cool to get a reminder of how much our lives have changed and how many friends we managed to get in our corner. Guess we have our fearless boss to thank for that. But don't tell him I said that. No reason to stroke his ego any further. Guess we do, yeah. So you two are about to leave then. It's going to be lonely without you, especially after getting to know you so well. We appreciate everything you've done for us. We'll try to keep in touch once the heat has died down. Oh, we'll definitely come back. I have to go see Arkansas live. In that case, I can't wait for you to come back to Crossbell. Here's to finding your own rays of hope and walking whatever paths you want.
Is something the matter?
Ilya's completely back to normal after that confrontation we had before. She's even practicing harder than I've ever seen her. Shanshan has also been dropping by with food and offering moral support. Thank goodness we got the two of them back. I'll have to step my game up, both as a member of Arkansas and as Yin. There are people who need me. So I did buy...
Executing recuperation program.
I think it's these. I don't even know what Vantage Master Dojo is, but we'll take a look before we're all done. I still have
What
to
do you
the
need?
daydreams. Rufus will likely be back on his feet in no time. I'm still relieved despite everything we've been through, though it's hard to stay my tongue about the stunt he pulled. Still, I suppose we owe more gratitude for ridding us of that tower. He always has had a flair for the dramatic.
Hi, hi, hi!
It's crazy to think it's only been like a month since I came back, huh? We crammed so much in this month that it feels like it's been ages. Pretty cool we managed to pull through it. I'd remind you that we still have unfinished business and take this more seriously, but I'm sure that's impossible for you. Well, we managed to wrap that up, but I still like to spend some more time with the folks here. Let's work hard and party even harder.
What is it?
In retrospect, it's remarkable just how much has happened in just a year. Our first days at the branch campus seem like distant memories now. Can't begin to count how many ways I've grown or how much I've learned in my first year at the academy. I'll bet. Doesn't feel like we've had a moment to catch our breath ever since your entrance ceremony. Hope you're not expecting more room to breathe this coming year either. There's still plenty more I want to teach you. I'm looking forward to it.
Hear me out.
Shit stayed so crazy ever since the Great Twilight that this lull's long overdue, if you ask me. Finally, I can relax. Though I'm sure Wild Philly and Schwarzer must be relieved too. I know it wasn't easy for our two nosiest busybodies. You could say that again. Thanks for thinking of us too, Ash. I really appreciate it. Wasn't trying to be nice or anything, just out here stating facts.
How are you holding up?
The cleanup work I've been overseeing in Crossbell is almost wrapped up. Erebony is finally withdrawing from Crossbell both on paper and in practice. It's the dawn of a new era in the region. Meanwhile, the Empire itself is still being led by a provisional government. There are big changes ahead for everyone. I intend on supporting my dad the best I can as a member of the Inspectorate.
Need me for something?
I'm happy to say that things are much more peaceful at the settlement now. There were sightings of paloma grass during the incident, but it didn't cause them too many problems, thankfully. A gentle breeze is sweeping across the highlands yet again. I'd like to invite you all under much more peaceful circumstances sometime. We'll do a few of the trials too, I think. I'm probably not going to do all of them because they require high level. This incident is going to be a defining moment for a lot of people. I gotta say that I like the look on your guys' faces now that it's almost over. We beat Elysium and saw Crossbell finally gain its independence. I'm sure whatever's going on here will prove just as valuable a learning experience.
How's it going?
It just dawned on me how little time has truly passed since the non-aggression pact was signed in Laboral. Never would imagine that in just a few short years, Crossbell would gain true lasting independence. It's astonishing. Feels like a new moment for a new era for this continent, one we can leave a lasting positive impact on. Now's a good time to start looking ahead to the future now that Elysium has been taken care of.
How's it going?
So Crossbell's finally independent again, but for real this time. It's a long time coming if you ask me. My mirror is on us gaining a lot of frequent flyer miles between Crossbell and Laboral for the foreseeable future. We want to help out. Because I seriously doubt business is going to slow down anytime soon, so let's team up again and get some work done, yeah?
Hello. How are you doing?
Well, that was a fun little get-together, wasn't it? Even my heart was pounding. I'm glad I was able to witness everything to the end in Grandpa Jurg's stead. It's annoying. It's anyone's guess where the old man is now, but I'm sure he's happy at least. So real quick, we'll pop in here so I can show you.
Trials available.
I have to have level 150 for Wazy, Eustace, Tita, and Elise, and then I also have to gear them up, so I'm not looking forward to that. I'm able to do these. This one's probably going to be one of the easier ones. This one I have Randy pretty well spec'd, so not too worried. This one I have Nadia spec'd when I'm Musabe. It's just Nadia's like 20 levels above that, so hopefully that makes it simple.
How are you doing?
It's crazy to think that the Retributive Tower vanished without a trace, just like when it took out Juno Naval Fortress. It's not just the tower that's gone either. So are the satellite combat shells that reflected the Divine Lightning around too. It's kind of a shame. We could have made leaps in our technology if we'd been able to collect and analyze the wreckage. I can imagine. Maybe even recreating the Divine Knights would have been... Sorry, it's probably naive of me to think, huh? Yep, it is what it is. Any progress we make has to be with our own two hands. No ifs, ands, or buts. So I can hope to live up to my father's legacy one of these days.
Thanks for thinking of me.
In only a few years' time, the orbital network has spread across Samaria with Crossbell at the heart of it. Lapis said something along the lines of Elysium being what humanity would arrive at sooner or later. She may be right. It already feels as though the continent is getting smaller every year with how quickly it's developing. I hope the older, wiser versions of ourselves will be ready for something like Elysium when the time comes.
Working hard?
Getting to see all kinds of new technology has been like a silver lining to this incident for me. We may not have had access to it for very long, but I'm sure it's going to greatly influence how the technology we have now will evolve. Something tells me the next few years will be defining for the continent's engineers. That makes me really want to step up my game. There are innovations to be made.
There's a question in your eyes.
I just know that Crossbell regaining its independence will lead to greater peace and stability in Western Samaria. We may have had a rocky past, but there's no reason we can't forge a better, healthier relationship now, is there? I'm so lucky to have friends in Crossbell now as well. It inspires me that much more to use my position to ensure a brighter future for all. I can never doubt your strength for a second, Your Highness. Just remember that I'm always right here to lend you my strength as well. And the same goes for me, of course. We're all in this together. You have nothing to fear. Thank you both. Your enduring support means the world to me, truly.
There's a question in your eyes.
I wish the Empire and Republic could enjoy a more amicable relationship as well, but we still have a long ways to go. I'll be sure to address it in my close consultation with Olivert, my father and Representative Recknitz. I still have so much to learn as part of my royal duties, but I hope I can grow into someone the people can be proud of.
I have to do something.
It pained me so much to think about what else fate could have had in store for Reen had things gone differently. Feels like nothing short of a series of miracles that we're even able to talk to one another talk to another here right now. It makes me treasure every moment, every day we share together even more than I already did. Absolutely, I have to set a good example for the other me and keep proving him wrong whatever it takes. I think everything's going to be just fine, Rean, both for you and the rest of us. In the meantime, we'll always be right there next to you, ready to lend our support however we can.
What next?
This incident has far exceeded what even I could have foreseen, yet we've made it through thus far just as we always have. There's a chance we could even overthrow the government if we put our minds to it. Musa, we just got things under control. The last thing we need is another civil war. I promise you it was a harmless joke, for now anyway.
Take a load off.
Wasn't sure how this was gonna go, but it's a happy ending for us after all. Now I can finally take that vacation in Crossbow without a worry to my name. I'm pretty sure we have plenty on our plates, Lecter. I know, let me dream, okay? Or at least let's just hurry up and wrap things up for my sake.
Take a load off.
But I really didn't expect such a happy ending out of all this. Guess my gut feelings don't amount to much. At the end of the day, people straight up have the power to shape a path toward their future.
You seem to be doing well.
It's not just Rufus. No small number of people here are beginning to embark on new paths in their lives. Certainly true for me, at least. I like to think that through all this, I'm beginning to learn to forgive myself. All I can ever do is keep our eyes looking ahead and move forward together with those who will support us along the way. I agree, Major. The experiences we've shared here are sure to help each of us grow in our own ways.
Can I help you?
Can't help but laugh at myself when I think of how I escaped death amid such dire circumstances. I suppose it's Adios's way of saying she still has plans for me. I understand that I can't sweep what I've done under the rug. I shall carry the weight of my actions to my grave. But I also see starting my life anew as a wonderful privilege few are granted. I won't waste it for a second.
Oh, would you like to talk?
I'm so glad we were able to save Rufus. I can't thank everyone enough for their help. With the danger listing presented out of the way, I can truly be my own self and try all sorts of new things. It's strange, even without being able to calculate the future, I still have a good feeling about what's to come. This world is filled with amazing, exciting things just waiting for me to discover them. I can't wait.
What's wrong?
It's been a week since Crossbow officially gained its independence. Things are slowly returning back to normal. Man, I never thought I'd say anything like this when I first joined the Triple S. Can't possibly thank everyone who helped make it happen enough, especially those who aren't with us. We can't ever take what we have for granted. It's up to us to protect and cherish it now. I feel exactly the same about the peace we have in Erebonia. I'll do everything I can from Thor's branch campus to keep it that way. We may have come from different homes, but let's both fight to keep them safe and sound.
Did you need something?
This marks a brand new chapter in Crossbow's history, now the entire continent. I'm curious about what's happening in Calvard, but I'm sure things will find a way to work out. There's no problem we can't solve so long as we're together. That's the way it's always been. This time is no different.
Hey there!
I'm still wrapping my head around it. Crossbow's finally going to be free, for real this time. Doesn't even feel real to me yet. Though this is just the beginning, my home will still have plenty of challenges to overcome. Now I'm fired up. I'm going to use everything I've learned from Class 7 of the Triple S while we're here. Lord Instructor Rean, I'm ready when you are. Sounds good? Now that's what I like to hear.
You, got a sec?
Hard to believe we're almost second years already. Wonder what that'll be like. Come to think of it, that means there'll be new first years too. Campus is going to feel a lot smaller than it has been. Guess it means I gotta use what I learned from Class 7 of the Triple S. Time to apply to being a good role model too. Okay, we hit all of them, so it's just these, and then I have to find a way if I can make Rean appear.
Hey there, you all good?
Well, my cute kittens are still safe and smelling, and that's why I call it a happy ending. Plus, I even got to pilot the Arsail too. Gal couldn't ask for more. I know the Empire's probably going to continue experiencing aftershocks from the Great Twilight for a while, but as a member of the 4 great houses, I'll at least try to help my father with things from time to time. Somebody's sounding mighty responsible all of a sudden.
Hey there, you all good?
And that's a repeat. Or no, that wasn't.
I'm always down to talk.
I'd be lying if I wasn't concerned about Calvert too, especially since where my teacher, Kilika, is right now. But for now, let's just kick back and enjoy this happy ending. We busted our butts to earn it.
Hi there.
The science ceremony was so wonderful, I still get a little choked up when I think about it. There's so many people who worked hard for it that it's inspiring. That's something the branch campus can learn from. I'll have my work cut out for me as one of the lead instructors next term, but I plan to dive in head first. If anyone knows how qualified you are for the job, Toa, it's me. Actually, maybe we should come up with a formal title for you. How many times do I have to tell you that Toa is just fine? But thank you, Rain. Can't wait for us to teach more students.
Hey, how's it going?
Never thought I'd see Ordine or any of the other Divine Knights again. Looks like they've been keeping an eye on us one way or another since they disappeared. Surprises never end with them, huh? Must be their way of keeping us on the straight and narrow. We gotta make sure our lives are worthy of their sacrifice. I feel the same way.
What's going on?
So what I faced was another me of sorts. one that could have existed in another timeline had things gone differently. Looking back, confronting him helped me to face myself yet again. Not only that, but it made me realize I can be happy too. No, that I will be happy in the end. It's the best way for me to repay all the kindness I received from those who kept me going all this time. And with that, we have gotten all the dialogues here until we can get more characters materialized, so next time it's time to splunk. I'm the Hero of Light, thanks for watching, and goodbye.